Subscribe to Smartphone Tutorials and hit the notification bell icon to get instant notification. Now MIUI 10.3.5, an update which came after 3 months for this particular device, that is the Pocophone F1, and the moment it came out I made a preview out of it and how to install and stuff, and a lot of you liked it, but a lot of you also told me that you want me to review this so that you can decide if you want to install it or not. Well, guess what? That time has come. I've been using this ROM for the last 2 days, and in this video we will be taking it through the 5-point ROM review system, wherein we will check each and every parameter of this ROM and I will let you know how well did it go. So before we do that, let me tell you that every day in the morning at 9 AM we have a new video premiering on Smartphone Tutorials. Now, without further ado, if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a video. At the same time, here's a card to my second channel, that is Kratos390. Go ahead and check that channel out as well. Hello awesome people, welcome to Smartphone Tutorials. My name is Kailash. Let's get going. Alright, looks like you guys have waited a very long time for this particular review. This is one of the latest stable updates for the Pocophone F1, which is 10.3.5. I am on an unlocked bootloader, but there is no TWRP, there are no custom kernels, no mods, and nothing is installed, and this is just stock stable 10.3.5 as you guys would have it. Now let's take it through the 5-point review system, and the first thing that we will cover is appearance and aesthetics. Now in the first point we will cover the default launcher, which is worth 4 points. Remember, appearance and aesthetics is 20 points in totals, and we have 5 subcategories. That's default launcher, theme engine, other customization, substratum support, and overall fit and finish. So let's begin. First of all, we will talk about the default launcher. So if we go to settings over here, we do have transition effects, set default screen, fill empty cells, lock home screen layout, hide app icons, and we go to more. We do have a background option now, which allows you to use a dark theme mode, and it does allow you to do some customization as well. You can double tap to lock the screen as well. So more or less it does have some customization. It is not over the top like Nova launcher or some other launchers. And if you swipe from the left, you do have this sort of a desk sort of a thing. It does give you quite a lot of important information, but my choice here is Google Now feed. So out of customization, you know, for this particular launcher, we will give it a 2 out of 4 because it is basic, it gets job done, but nothing out of the ordinary. The next thing that we're going to talk about is, of course, the wonderful MIUI theme engine. One of the best theme stores that any device manufacturer is providing. There are tons of themes, wallpapers, boot animations, and whatnot. Now when it comes to themes, I will give it a complete 4 out of 4 because it does a great job of customizing your device. Now apart from this, if we go to settings over here, we are talking about the third point, which is other customization. Now when we talk about other customization, if you see over here, say you go to display, you can actually change the contrast and color, you can change the text size, a few other things. Say if you go to lock screen and password, you have the wallpaper carousel, which automatically changes your wallpaper every time you look at your phone, but you have an option to change the lock screen clock, and from the theme store itself you can change the font style as well. So out of other customizations, out of 4, we will give it a solid 3 because it does a decent job over there as well. When it comes to something that it doesn't do great, this particular ROM is substratum support. So that we will give it a complete 0 because we don't have any support for substratum on MIUI ROMs as of now. Overall fit and finish. Now when we talk about overall fit and finish, we talk about the aesthetics of the ROM, the look of the ROM, and MIUI as always has been looking very decent. It doesn't look way too cartoonish, or it doesn't look way too realistic as well like material design. So more or less out of 4, we will give it a solid 3. So overall, when it comes to appearance and aesthetics, this ROM did score a very strong 12 out of 20, which is not bad at all. Now we will move on to the next aspect of the 5-point ROM review system, which is very important: stability and performance. And in stability and performance, we will cover network and connectivity, lags, gaming performance, benchmarks, heating and throttling, Each of them are 4 points, and the total section here is worth 20 points. Now when we talk about network and connectivity, you do see that we have full signal on both the SIM cards. We do have Wi-Fi that is connected, and I'm getting very decent transfer speeds as well. So when it comes to, you know, call drops or voice echo issues or noise crackling or unstable network connection and stuff, I've not really had a problem with 10.3.5. So for network connectivity, we will give it a full 4 out of 4. Now next up we have lags. Now when we talk about lags, I'm using the stock launcher over here. I'm using the complete stock user interface, nothing modified, nothing customized, no custom kernels, and it works perfectly fine. In the UI itself, I've not had many stutters or many lags, so there we will give it a solid 3 out of 4. Now next up we have a very important aspect, which is gaming performance, and to enhance that we do have the Game Turbo 2.0. So this is included. This is not the latest Game Turbo which is available in the betas, but yes, it is very nice. It does give you a lot of customization options, and to tell you the truth, it does enhance your gaming experience by allowing you to do things like screen recording and all the other options. I have played PUBG, Clash of Clans, 8-Ball Pool, and a few other high-end games as well. And to be very honest, considering the heating, frame drops, and touch issues that you've been talking about, I will give it a solid 3 out of 4 because my experience has been very good, although not as great as I had an experience on CR Droid, because that in my opinion is still one of the best custom ROMs to play games on the Pocophone F1. But overall you will not be disappointed. Next up, let's talk about benchmarks over here. So I did run Antutu and Geekbench and let the numbers do the talking themselves. I do get a very standard 293,214. that's the score that we have. And if we go to Geekbench over here, the scores are not that great because we get a single core 1899 and a multi-core 5728. So when it comes to benchmarks, we will again give it a solid 3. Next up, we need to talk about heating and throttling. Now, to tell you the truth, if you remember a few days back, I was trying to stream using this smartphone because a lot of you requested that stream PUBG using the phone. So I had a lot of cables connected, and then this phone was casting to my PC using Wi-Fi. So basically this 845 inside was doing a lot of hard work. So at that point of time, the device did get hot. Even in normal PUBG gameplay, the device did get hot. The processor did, you know, throttle down, and the FPS went down to like 25-28, which is so if you were to play PUBG for 1.5 hours, you will notice that the device heats up, not into an extent wherein, you know, you will be uncomfortable, but I will just give it a 2 when it comes to heating and throttling. So when it comes to stability and performance, 10.3.5 scores are very solid and strong, 15. Next up, a very important feature or aspect of this device, which is the camera, as you can see. And if we see over here, we do have a lot of options and a lot of customizations and a lot of different modes and stuff like that. So if we have a look at the photo quality, it's pretty good. Basically, I will give it a 4 out of 4. Even the video quality at 4K, when I go for, you know, touring on my motorbike for my second channel, when I record videos, I do use the smartphone with the built-in mic for video quality as well. So that gets a complete 4 out of 4. Low light photos and low light videos will also get a 4 out of 4, not compared to some other device, but on this device, the stock MIUI ROM with the stock camera, where it does lag is the extra features. Now there are a few beta features which Xiaomi have not included in the stable ROM, so that we have to score it down, so it will get 2 out of 4. But if you talk about the camera experience, out of 20, this ROM 10.3.5 gets a very strong and appealing 18 out of 20. Now the next feature that we are going to talk about is very important for a lot of people out here, which is battery and charging. And to do that, I have kept a few screenshots so that I can share it with you guys. Now if you have a look over here, the battery duration is 1 day, 2 hours, 17 minutes, and mobile network signal Wi-Fi. So this solidifies my review that the signal strength has been great and the battery life is great as well. Although I did have 3.5 hours of screen on time, and in this particular screenshot I was at 15%. So if you're using it for a day with gaming and everything, you'll easily get 5 to 6 hours of battery life. So when it comes to battery backup, out of 10 I will give it a solid 8, because that is a very good battery backup. And even in charging speed, we will give it a very solid 8 because it does charge relatively faster compared to other custom ROMs. Out of 20 in the battery and charging segment, this 10.3.5 ROM gets a very solid 16. Now we come to the crucial part of this particular review. Overall opinions, consisting of 20 points in which we subdivided into bugs and updates. So when we talk about bugs, a lot of you have been telling me there is a ghost touch issue, there is a touch problem with the phone. I'm pretty sure you guys are having that problem, but trust me, since the time I am in 10.3.5, I've not had any ghost touch issues in PUBG. I've not had any ghost touch issues at all. Bugs, if you talk about bugs, we very minor things, nothing major. So when it comes to bugs, we will give it a solid 8. But where it does lack in overall opinions is updates, wherein we will just give it maybe a 3, because this update came after, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. So in overall opinions, in bugs and updates, it gets a total 11 out of 20, which is not great. Now, while we are towards the end of the review, let me give you guys a final verdict on this particular ROM. Out of the 100 points that we have, this ROM, that is a 10.3.5 stable, has scored a very strong 72 out of 100. Now, what that means is you can definitely use it as a daily driver. There are no problems which will stop you using this ROM as a daily driver at all. And in my opinion, this is one of the best and the most stable update that Xiaomi have recently put out for this device. Now, I do have a plan wherein I will be comparing the Android 8.1 MIUI 9 initial ROM with the latest update, because a lot of you have been telling me that update was faster, it used to score high on Antutu, the gaming performance was better. So that is for another day, another video. So the final rating, we will give this ROM 72 out of 100 and a 3.5 stars out of 5, which is very good compared to Xiaomi EU. It is on par with that particular ROM, just missing some customizations and stuff, now that we can also enable dark mode without any mods. So let me know in the comment section, how did you like this video? A lot of such 5-point ROM review system based videos are coming up, and a lot of customization videos are coming up for you. Please give this video a like, because it takes a lot of effort to make these videos. Until the next one, this is Kailash signing off at Smartphone Tutorials. Keep smiling, take care, goodbye.